I released my DC Comics solicitations video earlier this week. I finally got to it, and there's something I did leave out, and I knew that this was coming up, and it was mentioned in the comments. There are a bunch of swimsuit issues coming out in August of 2022, 10 of them to be exact. There's some good ones, and there are some really atrocious ones. There are some ones that look like fun, some that are just very sexual in nature, some of them that are extremely boring, and one that's just absolutely ugly. So I'm going to talk about the 10 swimsuit covers coming out from DC Comics in August of 2022, and I'm going to rank them best to worst. We're going to start out with the very best cover. We're going to hit the worst cover. Number one was very easy. This is without a shadow of a doubt the very best cover, and it's not even close. Batman Superman World's Finest, number 6, from Rafa Sandoval. This thing looks absolutely amazing. First off, you got Crypto up there flying around above a pool in a floaty or whatever. Looks like we got Batman and Superman going at it. In water ping pong, it does appear. And we've also got Damian Wayne, Robin shooting John Kent in the pool as they're having a nice pool party on the Wayne Manor. This thing is absolutely fantastic. There's so much energy. We need more comic book covers like this. The only problem is likely when you get into Batman, Superman, World's Finest number 6, this scene probably doesn't play out, so it could be considered false advertising, but it is a special swimsuit variant cover, and without a shadow of a doubt, this is the very best one. Wonderful job by Rafa Sandoval celebrating the friendship between Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent, the friendship between Damian Wayne and John Kent, and certainly the friendship we all have with our dog. So kudos, job well done. What is the second best swimsuit cover coming out from DC Comics in August of 2022? I say it's Nightwing number 21, Nicola Scott. She certainly has a way with Nightwing. Look at those abs. You could do laundry on those bad boys. He's got the lats going out there. He's even got the little side peaky pose to where you get a little bit of that butt crack. That thing really sells it. Somehow Dick Grayson has become the most overly sexualized character in all of DC Comics. Here you can kind of see why. I'll give Nicola Scott this. She at least throws a little moose knuckle on there. You know what I'm saying? Look below that drawstring. He's packing some heat. You know what I'm saying? And that is sure to please many a comic book reader. And I can definitely tell you this, you will not see a more sexual pose in the entire lot than this one of Dick Grayson with the little peekaboo on his butt crack from Nicola Scott. But artistically, it's done very well. And I imagine a lot of people are going to be buying this because they want to see those rock hard abs. Look at those bad boys. Celebrate them. We all wish we had. Number 3 in DC Comics swimsuit covers is Action Comics 1046 from Artgerm. This is a wonderful illustration. It would be number 2, except for one reason, which I'll get to here in a second. But we get a great picture of Kara Zor-El taking a selfie at the beach. Wonderful hat, really showing off the tatas with the Superman logo. I really appreciate that. She's also sporting some pretty decent abs of herself. But the only problem really is in the background, we do see Clark Kent, and that doesn't bother me, whatever. Clark Kent is a Greek god, but look at what's missing on that character. Sure, he's got the six-pack. Sure, he's got the big old pecs on him. He's got WWE superstar arms on him, but look at that moose knuckle, or lack thereof. He looks like a goddamn Ken doll. Can we please give Superman his balls back? He's in the background. He's a little blurry. You could have thrown a little moose knuckle on the character and really celebrated those Kryptonian grapefruits. We all know that Clark Kent is sporting the goods, you know what I'm saying? But Kara Zor-El certainly looks fantastic. Artgerm does have a way with the ladies, and I imagine a lot of people will be very happy to buy this comic book cover in August of 2022. Let's move on to number 4. This is a comic book I don't expect many people to actually read, but this cover will draw some interest. We see Nubia, Queen of the Amazons, number 3 from Derek Chu. This one is probably the most lifelike outside of the Artgerm cover. Wonderfully illustrated, very vibrant. We've got a lot of action going on there. I am missing a little camel toe on Nubia, but I guess we can forgive that. There are certain types of swimsuits that will not accentuate a wonderful camel toe. She's in action. She's about to spike a volleyball. I don't think that she can jump that high, but I understand strategically moving the volleyball net down so you can see her in all of her glory. But the real moneymaker in this, and the thing that really sells this and makes it the number 4 cover, is look at old Diana Prince. What is she looking at? She's looking at the same thing we would all be looking at. She is staring right at Nubia's wonderful caboose. There's not a better seat in the house, folks. That is a view we wish we all had. Wonderful comic book cover. Derek Chu, job well done. And I imagine this will sell more than the regular A cover because no one cares about Nubia, Queen of the Amazons, but this is a great cover. Coming in at number 5, we do have Deathstroke Inc. number 12. This is the last pretty darn good comic book cover, and truly, this cover from David Lampham is probably the closest thing to a real comic book cover. We see Deathstroke. He's on a boat, and he is feeding what appears to be a bad guy to a shark, but it is Deathstroke, so I guess he could be a good guy. This looks like it could actually be part of a comic book story, so I do like that. There are some cool little details in the background. You see that one dude has absolutely been shot right through the face. You can see the bullet hole where his head was. You can see the blood coming out of his mouth. That guy has been murdered, and Deathstroke is kicking ass and taking names. This is probably the second most fun cover after the Batman Superman World Spiders cover, and I imagine a lot of people would be happy to see this incorporated into an actual story, so this is a lot of fun. But this is kind of where it goes downhill. Half of them, I would say, are good. The other half, not so good. And it's only going to get progressively worse. We get into number 6. This is Black Adam number 3, Emanuala Lupacchino. Emanuala Lupacchino is a very good artist, but my goodness, could you do anything more exciting with Black Adam? You can't even see his goddamn swim trunks in here. He's just sitting in a hot tub taking a bubble bath, drinking a lemonade with a couple of servants. I get that kind of celebrates the character and who Black Adam is with Kandak and everything, but we could have done something a little bit more fun. At least there's some lightning on this one, I guess. And we do get some background images. You can clearly see that he's in the Middle East somewhere with the architecture and everything. So at least there are a few details that separate this from the rest of the crap. But if you're going to do special swimsuit covers, first you got to show the swimsuit. And next, have him do something fun, because this is quite boring, and definitely the point where the comic book covers start going downhill. Let's get into number 7. I think this one's absolutely awful. Harley Quinn 21, Megan Huang. We can see Harley Quinn apparently is a pirate. She's out on some type of metal container with a couple of hyenas that appear to be pouring out some type of toxic chemicals or whatever, and we see some fish dying. I guess that's somewhat interesting. It's certainly more interesting than the rest of the covers we got, but it doesn't particularly make Harley Quinn look very sexy. She is a sexy character. I don't know why you would put her in a one-piece. Harley does not seem like a one-piece type of gal, although I definitely could see her taking a couple of hyenas with her if she decided to sail the high seas. Apparently something's happened to her ship, and she's on some type of toxic sludge thing here. At least there's some colors here that make it vibrant and pop. She's got a stupid do-rag on. They could have done something better with this. Harley Quinn deserved better. I don't love the character, but she is sexy. She has a striking look to her, and this is about as boring as you can make Harley Quinn look on a comic book cover, if you ask me. We're down to the bottom 3, the ones that really suck. This next one is Poison Ivy number 3, Joelle Jones. Joelle Jones is a fantastic artist. She has a really good style to her. I've seen her do Poison Ivy in the past, here and there, and it always looks good, but this one just, could you be more boring? The colors don't really pop. The background is pretty lame. It feels like they didn't give her a lot of time to do this, so she concentrated only on Poison Ivy herself. And I guess she looks all right if you really like knees. If you're into bare knees, this is a really good comic book cover, but otherwise it doesn't accentuate or highlight what makes Poison Ivy a striking character to look at. Other than her red hair, it's definitely flowing, but you would have expected Joelle Jones to do better than this. Joelle Jones is a very lovely lady, and normally when she tries to highlight the ladies in the comic book, she makes them very lovely as well, but I believe she missed the mark by about 1,000,000 miles here, and there are actually 2 covers that I think are worse than this. That tells you how bad they are. Let's get to number 9, Catwoman number 46, Jeff Dekal. She's sitting on a sofa with an umbrella, and she's got high heels and a one-piece, and she's looking over her glasses. Selena Kyle is one of the sexiest characters in comic book history. She doesn't even look like she's got more than B cups going on in there. We know that she's sporting D cups. I don't know what Jeff Dekal's problem is. Maybe he doesn't like beauty. Maybe he doesn't like titties, but he does Catwoman Selena Kyle no justice here whatsoever. This is as boring as it gets. The most exciting thing about this cover is the goddamn seagulls in the background. That's how fucking boring this is. I don't know how this got through editorial. What were DC Comics thinking? Selena Kyle is an amazing character. She's super sexy. There's so many things I like about the character, and this captures none of it. Many of you must be asking, what could actually be worse than this? And it's no contest. The worst swimsuit cover coming out in August of 2022 is this Batman 126 from Mikel Janin. I don't even know what the fuck this is supposed to be. I've never seen Batman look so ridiculous. He's got no moose knuckle. He's wearing his cowl on the beach while Catwoman plays with a beach volleyball. This thing is so ugly. It's putrid. Michael Janin has done a lot of work with Batman in the past. I don't know why this is the most creative thing that he could come up with. This makes the character look stupid. We saw Bruce Wayne earlier on another cover that was fantastic, and guess what he wasn't wearing while he was swimming? The goddamn cow. The idea that Batman would even do this is ridiculous. This is one of the fuggliest covers I've ever seen in my life. Michael Janin, if this is the most creative thing that you can come up with for Batman, you need to move on, sir, because it's everything wrong with the comic book cover. It's ugly. It's not bright. It's not vibrant. It's not fun. It's not cool, and it makes the hero look utterly ridiculous. If you saw a guy at the beach in Hawaii looking like this, you would kick him in the nuts and you would steal his girl. That's how stupid this fucking character looks. So there you have it, folks. My countdown of the 10 swimsuit comic book covers DC are putting out in August 2022. I graded them from best to worst. I talked about what made them work, what made them not work. Where was the dividing line? That Batman cover. Ugh, I'm going to have nightmares about that thing. It was so awful. Highlights nothing cool about the character whatsoever. I imagine people will buy it because it's Batman, but what were you thinking? Do not spend money on a cover that's stupid. I have talked about covers here on the channel before. In fact, I think I just talked to Doc not that long ago, and we talked about, can you even have classic comic book covers in today's market? There's a lot of factors that go into this. This was a fun conversation. It might seem kind of boring, but really when we got into it, it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. If you like covers, definitely check this one out.